"How did you get that?" she asked, trying not to show Eric how nervous she actually was. "The head of the mailroom had to sign for it. He alerted me to the corporation it came from." He shrugged. "Standard policy." Jayla stood up to take it from him, but he stopped her. "Again, how do you know this corporation? Are they trying to headhunt you?" He frowned down at her. "No, they are not." Jayla shook her head. "Please, may I have it?" "Explain yourself first," Eric stated in a flat, no-nonsense tone. "Fine. I grew up within the Browning Corporation. My family still works for them. I, however, was tossed out at 20, she said, trying to ignore the ache that suddenly hit her chest. She always missed home. Eric stared at her, his light gray eyes focused solely on her green ones quite intently. She could tell that he was trying to decide if she was speaking the truth. He was again tapping the envelope in his hand. Then he simply tore it open right before her eyes, clearly having decided not to believe her. Jayla prayed to the goddess that it was not worded in Wolfen, that the Alpha had thought things through and figured that this letter might end up in the hands of a human. Her whole body froze as he read the letter out loud. "Jayla Freeman, you have 3 days to respond to this letter. You will return to Browning Corporation within 7 days, or I will have you brought in. Nathan Browning, CEO, Browning Corporation." Eric upended the envelope and Jayla saw a long glass vial with a cork stopper fall into his hand. Inside the vial was a single purple wolfsbane flower. It meant nothing to Eric. He held it up and turned it over and around, trying to make sense of it, frowning at it the whole time. Jayla's heart, however, sank. This letter was a threat that the new Alpha, her once longtime childhood friend and lover, would use brute force by any means necessary to bring her in if she did not comply with his request. What he even wanted of her, she had no idea. The original letter had no topic, just a demand to come home more or less. Not that she wanted that. She had left at his order and she did not wish to return. The Luna already hated her. Perhaps he had just taken over as Alpha. Now Sophia and he could finally punish her and officially turn her rogue. Was he so cruel that he wanted to do it in person? His Luna probably still harbored a grudge, and he would do anything for her. They probably wanted to see her in pain as she was severed from the pack. Jayla plucked the letter from Eric's hand and the glass vial as well, and read it for herself. Cora whined at her, also now worried that if they did go back, they could not take the triplets with them. They would have to find someone to watch them, and then hope and pray to the goddess that banishment to a rogue status was all this was about. And once it was done, she could leave and return to her life here in the human world. The other thoughts going through her mind were killing her. What if the Luna wanted to torture her, imprison her, or worse, kill her, leaving her children as orphans in the human world? Fear was creeping inside of her, but she had to push it down. No, she could leave them with Tony and Lauren even though they have no knowledge of Wolfen society. And if the worst happens, she knew they would take them in and raise them. Their first shift would terrify both them and the children probably. But what else could she do? She could not leave them to her real parents. The Luna would surely kill them the minute she figured out they were the Alpha's bastard children. She wouldn't want any competition for the heir to the pack rearing up from out of nowhere. And if they were given to her parents, it wouldn't take long for Alpha Nathan to scent out his own flesh and blood. His wolf would smell them the minute they hit pack territory. His Luna would be out to get rid of them at her earliest convenience. Eric drew her attention back to the present by tapping her on the shoulder. "What is that all about?" "I don't know." Jayla shrugged in all honesty. "I've been gone 6 years, Eric. You hired me right out of university. Have I not been here the whole time?" "Huh." He nodded. "I don't want to lose you, Jayla. Why don't you call the office number? It's right there on the bottom. You can try to bring them in as a client." "Ha, that is never going to happen," she thought to herself. You, my dear Eric, have no idea who he really is, or what he can do, and you don't want to either. I doubt I would be able to. To be completely honest with you, the man hates me. So why the demand for you to return? Perhaps. She seriously thought about it. Other than punishment for attacking his Luna, only one other thing stood out to her. The pack had paid for her law degree. She was supposed to return and work in the pack's legal department, be a productive member of their society, which she had not done, at his order. I guess I owe them law school fees. The Browning Corporation paid my tuition, and I was supposed to work for them right out of university. But seeing as I was tossed away 2 years into the degree and told never to go back, I never did.